Britistoríes presents The Perfect Couple by Brittany Hill, an audio story about misogyny. Let's begin. This morning, I was lying on my bed and fidgeting around with a huge smile on my face. I love my boyfriend, Thomson, or I like to call him Tommy for short. He's the best and super funny while at the same time being super sweet. We love to joke around all the time and I can never ask for a better partner. We post all our cutest photos and moments on Instagram, from when we were best friends when we were little to when we are dating today. Tommy and I live together in our own condo, and even though we love to act like a marriage couple, unfortunately, we have not taken that step yet. Tommy hasn't even engaged to me, and I wish I was at least his fiancé, but he is super patient about popping the question and always tells me, "Patience is key, babe. Just you wait." He's so cute whenever he tells me that, but in context, I wish he just proposed to me soon. So after I woke up, I was scrolling all over Instagram and I was looking at most of the comments on my Insta page. Most of them were very disappointing. To some of most of our comments, they were like, "Iyla and Thomson looks more like siblings. Thomson always looks too fat. And worst of all, you are not the perfect couple." This was not the first time I received those type of comments about me and Tommy. Whenever I receive and tell Tommy about these comments, he always sat down with me to remind me, "Who cares about what other people think? As long as we're together and happy with ourselves, that is the only perfect thing we need." As sweet as that line was, I do not want to believe it. What's the point of trying to look perfect when no one agrees with you? Everyone's opinions do matter, and I really want me and Tommy to be the perfect couple, no matter what it takes. So when scrolling down, I saw one user said, "Hey everybody, have you guys checked out the real perfect couple?" There was a link for another Instagram page called The Perfect Couple. I clicked on their Insta page link to see what everyone was talking about, since I heard their page names a couple of times, but never seen their actual page before or who were the people. So this morning, I clicked on the link and I was super speechless to discover that The Perfect Couple was my old childhood friend Jennie Grandmez with some new guy I don't even know named Jack Ogniny. They will take the super cutest couple pictures, from drinking coffees to watching movies, and most of the pics that are both popular and they have the most of are them having study dates. They look so perfect. Jennie looks like she was living the life with each and every one of her posts she has with Jack. Even though I find it odd how there are never any photos of Jennie being alone from Jack, but they're all with Jack being alone from Jennie. Everyone on Instagram saw those two as the perfect couple, the type of perfect I really want me and Tommy to be. So I quickly got out of bed and get out in the living room to the kitchen, where Tommy is eating his giant goldfish crackers as a snack he always have after breakfast. I smiled at first and then began to crap on him, whispering in a long, silky voice, "Tommy." I suddenly giggled while he looked around at the room confused. Then I jump-scared him. "Oh, Tommy!" I jumped out at him and snapped one of his crackers. "Iyla, stop it!" he called, but once he said stop it, I mocked his voice, so together we sound like, "Stop it!" We both laughed. "You always do that, babe, and what did I tell you about calling me Tommy?" "So what, Tommy?" I laughed. Then he starts laughing along with me. But once I thought back about the perfect couple, Jennie and Jack, my conscience came back at me and I stopped. Once I stopped, Tommy stopped too. "Babe, is there something wrong?" That's when I began to tell him. "Do you remember Jennie Grandmez from grade school?" I asked. He laughed and snickered at my question. I think the right question you're looking for is, how can I forget Jennie Grandmez? She was like the sweetest girl at our school. No offense, Iyla." I giggled at that comment at least once he continued. "We were all best friends and remember a group named JIT," he expressed. I laughed, and then we did our call with our body moving everywhere. J-I-T! Jet! We ain't got no jitters, we are J-I-T! J-I-T! Wow! Then I stole one of his crackers out of pure randomness. Iyla! He yelled in a comedic anger. I'm sorry. I giggled. But do you remember? Jennie used to have the biggest crush on you before we started dating, and she was like, then we both married her together. Oh, Thomson! Then we start cracking up together. Those were good times, Tommy cried. So, what do you ask about Jennie Grandmez? He asked. I just found Jennie's Insta page she's doing with this new guy named Jack Ogniny called The Perfect Couple. Once Tommy heard that, he already began to roll his eyes. And look at these photos! I showed him the page where he is looking so disinterested. Isn't Jennie and Jack the perfect couple? He scooped his chair and stood up. Iyla, in my book, there was no such thing as the perfect couple. Every relationship has flaws, and sometimes all flaws can make our relationship better. Like you always say on my goldfish crackers, Tommy stated. That's the problem, Tommy. In order for us to be as perfect as them, I need to stop doing that to you and act more like this. I smiled while opening a video of their morning routine. They were in the same bed and woke up together with a smile on their faces. Hey, Jennie, can you cook breakfast for me? Jack smiled. Of course, Jack, she nodded. Thank you. Keep on looking beautiful, my dear, he complimented. Will do, Jennie agreed as she went to the kitchen. The video cuts where Jack is sitting at his kitchen table alone until Jennie came. Here you go, Jack. I made pancakes for you. Jennie smiled. Why, thank you, Jennie. He smiled and started eating. Jennie then went out the room to grab a pack of Tommy's favorite goldfish crackers. When she was about to have one for herself, Jack looked very oddly at her and asked, Hey, Jennie, are you going to eat all of those goldfish crackers by yourself? Why, of course not, Jack. In fact, you can have it all. Jennie smiled while giving the entire pack to Jack. Jack snickered. Why, thank you, Jennie, while eating both the pancakes and the goldfish crackers at the same time. Hey, Jennie, I have another chemistry joke for you. You are going to laugh so hard at this one. So, my bro told me, hey, this is my bro, a bro of mine, Jack. Then I said, more like a bro of mean. You're bro mean. Get it? Because bro mean? Ha ha ha, you're so funny, Jack. Jennie smiled with a soulless tone of voice. Why, thank you, Jennie. Now can you wash my dishes? I'm done with my pancakes, he commanded. Will do, Jennie agreed as she picked them up and left the room with Jack saying at the end, I hope you like our morning routine. We are the perfect couple and we will be seeing you next time. Jack smiled as he ended the video. You see how perfect they are? We need to be more like that. The perfect couple. I restated myself. No, we don't. Tommy disagrees. Iyla, you don't even know the definition of the perfect couple, do you? They have their own style of loving each other just like we do. No one is perfect. And I said this many times. Who cares what people think? As long as we be ourselves and love each other, that is what really matters. I smiled so brightly at that statement. Aw, Tommy, I love you too, I said, pressing my lips in an adorable tone. Oh, I'm a little quizzical, he said, doing the same thing. We were about to kiss until a ding sound came from my phone and I instantly backed away to check it. What was that all about? Tommy said with a disappointed frown. Sorry, Tommy, I just started following the perfect couple and I already got a notification from them. And look, Jack just bought Jennie a ton of jewelry and she's wearing them right now, I called. But that's when Tommy's eyes opened super wide, like something wrong is going on. Wait, but I thought Jennie hates jewelry because of her allergies, Tommy stated. Tommy, she told us that when we were kids, people change, I clarified. But look closely at that photo of her wearing the necklace. She is putting her hands on her neck to hide and scratch a wet bump she is getting from wearing it, Tommy pointed out, but I denied. Sure, but look at what Jennie said in the comments to a person who pointed out the same exact thing. We both looked at the conversation where a guy said, "Hey Jennie, I noticed you have red bumps on your neck once you tried the necklace on. Are you okay?" Then Jennie replied, "Yes, I am fine. I am allergic to jewelry, but when you are the perfect couple, you always have to make sacrifices for your loved ones." Then she added a smiley face. "You see," I smiled, "in order to be the perfect couple, you have to give me a gift and make sacrifices. Why don't you ever buy me jewelry?" I thought. "Listen, babe, I'm saving up my money for something really special for my job, but once I get enough money, then I might give you that necklace." Tommy smiled as we hold each other's hands as we both smiled at our gazing eyes. "But only if it's not because of Jennie and Jack. Because Iyla, we should just be happy with ourselves and care about nobody else." I giggled. "Aw, thank you. But, it would be kind of you if you can give me a chemistry joke once in a while." Tommy looked in disbelief. "Really? He sat back down to finally come up with one. "If they remove oxygen from the periodic table, do we stop breathing?" The face Tommy gives, which is so smushed up and looked as if he's experiencing super cringe, was so funny that I genuinely laughed at his face until I cleared my throat and said in the same toneless voice as Jennie, "Ha ha ha, you're so funny, Thomson." He gave a huge look of concern as he got back up and said, "Look, I got to go to work. Please remember not to spend too much time on the internet, and once I get enough money, I can buy you whatever you want, as long as it's not to copy The Perfect Couple," Thomson said as he was heading off. "Thank you, Thomson. I love you." I smiled at him. He gave a wider and more adorable smile back at me. "I love you too." We continued our gaze as he walked out the door. But once he left, I instantly grabbed my phone out of my pocket to check more of the Perfect Couple Instagram page. "No way!" I said in awe. "Why do they have to be such the perfect couple?" A few hours passed, and now me and Thomson are walking at the park hand in hand. We both felt like we were both in a daydream until my phone dinged again. "Come on, Iyla, put the phone down," Thomson commanded. "Just a second," I whined just to see the latest post. "Oh my gosh, Thomson! Then he just gave Jack a state-of-the-art computer with super advanced technology. Look, Thomson!" Thomson gave me a very annoyed look. He looked even more annoyed than whenever I call him Tommy. He looked at the post and smoked a bit. "Well, that is really sweet of Jennie to do, but..." I interrupted Thomson. "I know, right? That's what I've been trying to tell you. Jennie and Jack are the perfect couple. I need to give you a gift. What do you want? A whole pack of those goldfish crackers? I'll even buy the whole store." "Iyla, calm down. Listen, I do not want you to waste any money because you already gave me the greatest gift money can't buy." I rolled my eyes. "Let me guess. Love?" Thomson smoked. "No." Then he walked towards a lake, scooped up some water with his hands, and splashed it at my face. "I want to fight, loser!" He giggled as I vibrated my lips to spit out some of the water and splash back at him. "Oh no you didn't, you cheater!" We started running around the park, splashing water at each other and giggling. "Tommy!" We were both in constant laughter as we fell down on the grass. Tommy then turned to me gently. "Hey Iyla, do you remember our favorite quote from Britistoríes?" I was still giggling until I looked at Tommy in a very deep manner as he said, "We didn't know we were falling in love." I finished his phrase. "All we know is we were having fun." We hold hands, then we roll over toward each other, close our eyes slightly, lean in, until a thing popped up. I got a notification on my phone from the perfect couple. Thomson didn't even say anything by this point. He just rolled his eyes while staring at me. Oh my gosh, this is perfect! Jennie and Jack are now hanging out at the mall. The same mall we are heading out right now! I smiled, but to my surprise, this was the only fact I told about the perfect couple that made Thomson happy. Wait, is this real? I nodded my head with glee. I showed him the phone. He gasped. No way! We can actually see Jennie again! He squealed. And we can learn some tips from the perfect couple. I squealed back. Change the plans, Thomson spoke. We're going to that mall! We both giggled as we held each other's hands and went to that destination. I was thinking that not only would we get to see our old friend Jennie again, but we can also go on double dates. I can learn some tips, and we can both be considered the perfect couples. This was so exciting! A few hours later, Thomson and I are still walking very tiredly as we were so close to the mall. Iyla, Thomson sighed. Yeah, Thomson, I gasped. Carry me to the rest of the mall, baby. Then Thomson tried to climb on top of me. I giggly sighed. Tommy, no! You're too fat for being a goldfish cracker eater. I giggled some more. Fat? Tommy questioned in a hilarious tone as he continued to climb on me. Oh, Tommy, you're too cute. I smiled as he was already on my head. See, Iyla, you're the strongest girl I know. Then he started patting my head like a drum. On to the Iyla Express! You're such a baby! I teased as I walked a few footsteps to arrive at the mall with Tommy on my back going, whee! Just to see my excitement when Jennie and Jack were heading out of the mall. They had their arms around each other and were holding hands. They both had smiles on their faces, except Jennie's smile was more forced and less genuine. I immediately pushed Tommy off my back when I saw them. Ow, Iyla! Tommy rubbed his head once he said that. Tommy, it's Jennie, the perfect couple! I ejaculated. Wait, are you serious? Tommy then looked and saw Jennie and Jack leaving the mall together. Oh my gosh, Jennie! Tom yelled and then ran towards them as I followed him. Jennie! We both yelled. Jennie and Jack turned around at us. Jennie had an emotionless face while Jack just had that face of disgust. I wonder what those people want, Jack wondered. Well, Jennie spoke until Jack interrupted. Oh, they must be our fans. Remember, be natural. Okay, Jack, Jennie sighed as she forced a smile. We were still running towards them as we both smiled. Hi, Jennie, I shouted. And Jack? Jack interrupted. Jennie and Jack. Except you say our names together wrong. It's Jack and Jennie, not Jennie and Jack. So we're Jack and Jennie. Hi, what do you want from us? Me and Thomson stared at each other weirdly. Well, I'm sorry, Jack and Jennie. But Jennie, it's great to see you again since grade school. Your eyes are still a beautiful sparkling hue of blue. I smiled. Jennie was almost about to say thank you to my compliment until Jack tightly squeezed her shoulder. She moaned silently. Is there something wrong, Jennie? Thomson asked. Jennie is fine, Jack shouted in a smile. And, yeah, we'll remember you two in grade school. Why wouldn't we? Excuse my pardons. What's your name? Sorry, it's hard to remember such sparkling faces like you two. He giggled while Jennie put back her fake smile. Well, Jack and Jennie, my name is Iyla, and this is my perfect boyfriend, Thomson. I greeted in a fancy professional voice. Thomson frowned right before he said, but you know, most of the time, Iyla likes to tease me and call me Tommy, which I prefer it if she calls me Tommy. But babe, I thought you said you hated when I call you Tommy. Make up your mind, I giggled. I used to, but I never wanted to change that about you, he laughed. Aw, Tommy, I spoke while leaning for an accidental kiss. Right! Iyla and Tommy. Yes,
I know that. Heck, I know everything. Hey, Jenny, do you know these two? Jack interrupted.
No, Jack. I don't know who these people are. Ugh, what do you want from us? Jenny spoke in a rude tone, which is so not like her. I turned to Thomson, who looks like he's on the verge of crying, but tries to cover it up. Then I turned back to Jenny. But Jenny, I whispered.
And Jack! Jenny and Jack, except I said it before, it's Jack and Jenny. And like Jenny said, why are you still here? Jack interrupted once more.
Oh, yeah, sorry, Jack and Jenny. It's just I'm a huge fan of your Instagram page, The Perfect Couple, and I was hoping me and Thomson could be just like you two. You're an inspiration, I gazed.
I know, y'all, but just know that I did most of the work on our page, not Jenny. She's just there to be the pretty face while I had to do all the photography and directing, so admire me as much as you can. I know what I do is amazing. Jack spoke to himself.
Yeah, no one shoots videos like Jack or record videos like that or can give me the perfect love I've been deserving like Jack. Jenny spoke in a monotone voice.
My what a guy, that is Jack!
Thomson sang in the same beat as the Gaston song from Beauty and the Beast. Jack looked at him strangely, while Tommy laughed.
I said too much.
Jack then put a smile back on and said,
Well, it's nice to meet one with fans like you two. Gosh, it felt so long since we last seen you. But Jenny and myself got to go. Right, Jenny?
Jack asked while Jenny nodded. Yeah, but then afterwards smiled brightly when she got an idea. But hey, you guys still seem really cool. Why don't we go on a double date together? Me and Thomson smiled. No way, I was about to say that, I squealed excitedly. You were? Then he responded back until Jack interrupted our conversation once more.
I was the one that gave her that idea.
Then we see Jack squeeze Jenny's shoulder until she began to be silent once more.
Yep, I told Jenny right before we saw you two. Isol and Tookie. Hey Jenny, why don't we go on a double date with them? So really, all of you guys should be dating me.
Then Jack squeezed Jenny's shoulder harder until she said, Yeah, Jack always comes up with the best ideas.
Why, thank you, Jenny,
he said once more. Thomson and I stared at each other, confused, until we gave it up and tried to act normal. Well, I can't wait, but me and Thomson also have to go too, I said.
Okay, cool. Jenny and myself are going to head back to the mall to have a little discussion.
He then stared at Jenny and squeezed her shoulder once more. Cool. Hey, here's my phone so you can give me your number, I said. While handing Jenny my phone, Jack snatched it out of my hand.
Why, thank you, Ike. Let me give you my number.
Then Jack started typing on my phone.
And now, if you can excuse us, myself and Jenny really got to hurry to check out more sales, so we got to run. Bye, friends,
he said while still grabbing hold onto Jenny as she tried her best to look natural while walking beside him in order to please Jack. I just stood there, silently, and waved, Goodbye, Jack and Jenny. Thomson looked at me with a very sad and concerned look as his tears dried up.
Iyla, something isn't right about Jack and Jenny. And don't you make that excuse that I am jealous that Jenny moved on. You know Jennie Grandmez has been our best friend for many years and she's been treated like property when she is something special to us. I am not joking around anymore. Jenny needs our help.
I looked timidly down and pretended not to listen, because I know that Thomson was right, but I was too scared to admit it. Instead, I patted my pocket to grab my phone, but that's when my eyes popped. Uh-oh.
What's wrong?
Thomson asked. Jack forgot to give my phone back. I need my phone, I demanded.
Well, come on, let's find them. Hurry!
Thomson panicked as we rushed to the mall to find where Jack and Jenny had gone. A few minutes later, Thomson and I heard the voices of Jack and Jenny in a dark corner. Thomson whispered, What's going on? We couldn't hear anything but mumbling from them until we moved closer. I began to call, Hey Jack, you forgot to give me back my... until I paused once I heard their conversation.
Jennie, what did I told you about talking out of turn? You almost embarrassed us, Jack yelled.
Oh, sorry, Jack, but you don't understand. Thomson and Iyla has been my bestest friends since childhood,
Jennie said. Gosh, Jennie, do I really have to tell you this again? I am your only friend. The only reason Tommy and Iyla were so excited was because they got to see me, not you. You're just my girl who needs to shut up, unless you remind me how smart I am, because we are the perfect couple. So, in order to be the perfect couple, the woman should be dumb and should never have a voice. Do I make myself clear?
Then Jennie suddenly nodded her head as she both looked in sorrow.
Also, a double date? Jack began to laugh. You are so lucky you have me, so you wouldn't have to humiliate yourself in front of them.
As Jack continued laughing, Jennie timidly laughed with him in a static monotone voice like, ha ha, ha ha, ha ha. If I thought Thomson looked like he was about to cry before, clearly I was just wearing my rose-colored glasses.
Now listen, Jennie, I am awaiting another study day for us because there was no way I'm letting Harvard know that I have a dumb girlfriend who is nothing like me,
Jack commanded. No, not another study date, begged Jennie. I was supposed to help introduce a baby koala to the wild, where she belongs. Then he smiled to herself gently.
And by you mean us, because I don't want to go and I'm not going to let you embarrass yourself again, so you are going to that study day with me now, Jennifer Bella Grandmez, now!
Then Jennie sighed. Okay, Jack. We both stood in disbelief. How does he know Jennie's full name is Jennifer Bella Grandmez? I whispered to Thomson until I got my answer.
And don't forget that I need to know everything about you, so don't you dare try to hide anything from me. Got that?
Jack commanded. Of course, Jack. Jennie sighed once more.
Good. Finally, the only thing women are good at is listening. Now come on, Jennie. Your brain isn't going to get smarter by itself.
Jack began to walk. Yes, Jack. Jennie sighed as she walked with him. They were heading at the same direction as we were eavesdropping.
Oh no,
Tommy said as he panicked a little. Afraid we'll get caught until I saw a chest of fashionable clothes for the mannequins. I tapped on Thomson's shoulder, pointed at the chest of clothes and whispered, I got an idea. We changed our outfits and tried to cover our appearance as quickly as we can. When Jack and Jennie can now see us at their eyesight, me and Thomson quickly folded and acted as we were mannequins. We didn't move for the slightest, and it worked for Jack. Jack walked past us like normal, but when it came to Jennie, she stopped to stare closely at us. It was so awkward just to stand there perfectly still while Jennie is glaring at us with those wide, sparkling blue eyes.
Jennie! Jack yelled.
Coming, Jack! She shouted back, and then she looked back at us. As Jennie looked closer, she gave me and Thomson a gigantic hug. As bad as we felt for her, instead of continuing to pretend like mannequins, we gave her a tight hug back. Thomson's hugs were always the tightest. There was just something about seeing her genuinely smile again that makes us feel warmth in our hearts, as much as me and Thomson's first conversation. Before Jennie leaves with Jack, she whispers in our ears, Please, do not tell anybody. Stiffly, Jennie lets go as she hurries back with Jack. All we could do is stand there, still, as if we were actual mannequins. One piece by one piece, Thomson and I took off the mall clothing and get off our disguise into our normal wear. I paused. I can't believe that happened. Thomson added, Yeah. Then he turned to me. That's the perfect couple. Thomson wiped his tears as I was now about to be on the verge of tears. So, do you still want to be the perfect couple? Thomson asked, as right at the end of his question, I quickly hugged him super tight. I whispered in a sob, Oh, poor Jennie. Thomson hugged me back tightly. I know, he said, crying on my shoulder. That's when I backed away to look into his eyes, calmly with poise. Tommy, I glanced. He then smiled a very closed mouth and wide cutie smile in a very childlike voice. Yes? I took a deep breath. I am sorry for never listening to you and caring about my envious goal of being the perfect couple more than us. Then I stared at the window when I saw Jack and Jennie holding each other back. Jennie tries to put on a fake smile as Jack held her tightly like property to the car. You were right, I said as I turned back to Tommy. There is no such thing as the perfect couple. Tommy smiled brightly.
So, do you want me to tell you a chemistry joke?
No, thank you. Chemistry jokes are lame anyways. I laughed while holding Tommy's hand.
How about make you breakfast? He asked.
You can if you want, but I'm just fine stealing your goldfish crackers.
I snickered. Iyla! Thomson spoke in a jokely anger while we both laughed. Speaking of which, how about buy some more goldfish crackers? He raised his eyebrows in a smirk.
Nothing tastes better than us being here together.
I giggled. Cheesy!
He suddenly shouted while I laughed.
How about a state-of-the-art computer with super advanced technology? And speaking of technology, didn't you want to get your phone back from Jack? Tommy asked.
Of course not. Like you said, I shouldn't waste my time on the internet and care about what everyone else thinks of us. All I care about is being here with you. I smiled gleefully.
What if I buy you a wedding ring? He laughed.
Ooh, well in that case... I pretended to be greedy but then laughed. Just kidding. Nothing can buy what we already have here. And I am already happy with you and me. Tommy and I are still holding hands and gazing at each other's eyes. I saw Tommy leaning in as his head turned, with his lips being smushed and pressed, until I turned around and saw a chocolate fountain. I held onto Tommy's hand in a hurry as we both laughed.
Iyla, what are you even doing? Tommy exclaimed as all I could do is giggle while he giggled along with me.
I stopped when we reached the chocolate fountain. Remember our first kiss where you made the chocolate machine go all crazy and our bodies were all covered in chocolate, including our lips? Tommy smiled brightly and said, yeah, in the long phrase. That's when I jumped inside the chocolate fountain. Tommy laughed.
Iyla, what are you trying to do? Get diabetes?
I rolled over the chocolate. Come on, Tommy. I know you want to. And look. I then grabbed Tommy's favorite goldfish crackers in my pocket. I can cover your goldfish crackers into the chocolate. I then dropped the crackers into the chocolate. Tommy then looked in a very stern expression.
Girl, you win this game, Iyla. Then he began to laugh as he cannonballed into the chocolate fountain. We had a ton of fun without caring if we were the perfect couple or not. We laughed, we splashed, we chocolate-covered goldfish crackers, so yummy.
And then when we cooled down, we moved toward each other with the chocolate waterfall still going. I felt like I was in heaven when Tommy smiled at me very cutely as he whispered, "Best baby in the universe?" I giggled, "Yes, Tommy Bear," while having a cutesy smile pressed lips expressed as whenever I say, "Aw," to Tommy. He took a deep breath.
Do you remember our favorite quote from Britistoríes?
My teeth twinkled as I said, "Always, Tommy." Then we both freely held our hands to each other back as we sat together. We didn't know we were falling in love. All we know is we were having fun. Finally, Tommy and I leaned in closer with chocolate on our lips as we leaned in for our final kiss. The end.